Before Guest Host Week this year starts, I wanted to make sure I got at least one more new review out. I know I've been off the channel a lot lately. I took a break in the middle of last month, then I went on vacation, then I got sick, so I didn't get back to uploading until just a few days ago. But Guest Host Week is a tradition that I look forward to every year when I'm on spring break, and my spring break starts tomorrow. So I'm going to take some time off while you guys get to see videos made by other Cars channels, and while Guest Host Week is happening, I'm going to be dedicating a lot of my time to editing big projects that I've promised you guys will be coming out soon. Stuff like the Planes video and Diecast History and Project 10K, the next Errors and Inconsistencies, a lot of super fun stuff, and I'm very excited for Guest Host Week, not only to see the other videos people make, but also because it's going to give me some dedicated time to work on some big stuff to release as soon as I come back. Also, the new Lady Gaga album came out last night, so I'm gonna probably spend at least half of my week off listening to that. Guys, it's so good. It's really good. I've only listened to the first 2 songs from it. It's insanely good. Very impressed. Anyway, Toy Cars, right? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another review and to another Cars Tunes Diecast review. I guess talking about music was a very appropriate thing to do at the start of this video because today we're going to be taking a look at a character from Heavy Metal Mater. This is Dex. This is one of quite a few cars that I got for Christmas this year, and I am so beyond excited to take a look at him. This is one of those items where I genuinely still cannot believe that this is in my collection now. Dex was one of those cars that I honestly never thought I would get. He always seemed a bit too expensive, just like slightly out of my reach. You guys have items like that? Cars that are just like ever so slightly out of your reach? Well, I guess my parents found him for a very good price and picked him up for me for Christmas. So shout out to them, as always happy to help add to my collection. Dex is a character that I've loved for a very long time. He says one of my all-time favorite quotes in the entire Cars series in Heavy Metal Mater when he says, that sounds like angels printing money. That's one of, I think, the funniest quotes in the entire Cars series. Dex has been kind of a running joke on the channel because of a Cars Adventures joke I did based on a joke from a live stream where I created a character for Cars Adventures using the Disney Store Dex. He was a mob boss that we named Big Dex. It was an idea that my chat had. I thought it was funny, so I adapted it. So getting regular-sized, normal Mattel diecast Dex is kind of a dream come true for me. It's a character I've wanted for a very long time, didn't think I would get, has significance to me and the channel, and man, I'm so excited. All that for a Tex repaint, right? So as you can see, we've got some nice artwork of Heavy Metal Mater there with the rockin' paint job. It is not often I get new Heavy Metal Mater items. Honestly, in all honesty, I don't think I've ever reviewed a car on the Heavy Metal Mater card back before on this channel. Now that I think about it, sorry. The last Heavy Metal Mater item I got was the Heavy Metal Mater diecast, which I got in a 3-pack. And before that, I don't think I had any new Heavy Metal Mater cars in my collection since I was a kid. Unless I'm forgetting one or two, but most Heavy Metal Mater items are pretty expensive. So this might be a first for my channel. Welcome, Heavy Metal Mater. Welcome. We've got Dex here sitting next to the Heavy Metal itself, of course. Nice image of him. Number 42 on the line. Heavy Metal Mater logo over there. We got Tex smiling at us from through the packaging. On the back of the packaging, Heavy Metal Mater. Mater said he used to be a big rock star. He and Lightning McQueen jammed together in the Heavy Metal Mater band. Is it a true story or a tall tale? Find out in the Rockin' short film Heavy Metal Mater, and then the little web address there. Collect them all. We've got Heavy Metal McQueen, Rodney the Rocker, who I've wanted for a very long time. He's such an anomaly in the Cars diecast line. He's one of those characters that like technically never appeared, and it's been a debate for the last 15 years now whether or not he showed up. Would love to get Rodney, but much like Dex, he tends to be on the pricier side, more so than Dex. So we got Dex himself, and also Rocky and Eddie there. Mater up there in the top, and that very nice background of Mater's hut. So, I mean, unless I get Rodney the Rocker soon, consider this the first and last time you'll see a Heavy Metal Mater item unboxing on my channel for a very long time. I'd love to get some more items from that short, but the rest of them are really, really expensive. I do have most cars from Heavy Metal Mater now that I have Heavy Metal Mater himself, which I got for a pretty good deal last summer in a 3-pack. But yeah, Rodney is a bit up there in price. Probably not super bad, but I think he's going for like around the $40 range, which is just a little out of my comfort zone for one car. It's a bit much. And then beyond that, there's like Music Video Mater, which was one of my most wanted cars for a very long time, until I got regular Heavy Metal Mater, and now I don't want to get him as much, but still. Alright, so here is Dex out of the package. He is, of course, primarily just a repaint of Tex. Let me get a Tex out for comparison. I have several variants of Tex, but for this, I thought it'd be appropriate to bring out my original 2007 Tex, since this would be really the only incarnation of Tex out at the time. I also have a 2017 Tex and a made in Thailand Tex. As you can see, he is missing his mirrors, but you know, it's the exact same. Tex model items really tend to have difficulty keeping those mirrors on, unfortunately. Now, Dex here does have some differences. Up first, obviously the mouth is different. Tex has a much bigger smile, and I really appreciate that. I recently reviewed his Disney Store variant for 25 Days of Suggestions, and he had just the exact same mouth and eye expression as regular Tex, so I am very happy to see that difference there. It also looks like the horns here are a bit longer and sharper. Maybe it's my Tex kind of dulling down over time, but I doubt it. I think Dex just has slightly bigger ones. Yeah, here's a modern Thailand Tex, and you can see still a bit larger, longer, maybe a bit pointier there at the ends as well. I really love Dex's facial expression. It's a face that I honestly wouldn't mind seeing on a Tex diecast. I think it works pretty well as a Tex face. Maybe Dex could use a bit of a more suave expression, honestly, a bit of a more like a laid back kind of sleazy businessman face, because that is kind of what he is. Then again, that's kind of closer to the face Tex has. Maybe these two should swap faces. And still, really, really nice, unique facial expression. One of my favorite things about this item. He also has a beautiful red color scheme. We've got the cow spotted printing up there on the roof, which is the same in terms of pattern as Tex, but not in terms of color. Bit of a more stark white, and the cow spots are black instead of brown. He also has the same wheels as Tex, but the insides are gold, the outsides are still silver. You can see there are some nice differences there. So a lot of the changes between him and Tex are pretty subtle. The major exception to that rule, of course, being the red color scheme instead of the gold color scheme. Part of me at first wished that Dex had a metallic red color scheme. I thought that would look pretty nice. But honestly, I think this flat red is really, really nice. It's a very sort of like velvety red color, and I think it works really, really well. It's a very pretty shade of red. It's a really strong, distinct shade, and I think it works pretty well. Another interesting, subtle difference between the two cars is that this part on Dex is red, but on Tex, it's still a part of his roof, which is interesting, and just some interesting, subtle differences there. I'm going to assume, yep, he's got the Dinoco license plate. Of course, we usually don't like license plate reuses, but this is, of course, kind of Mater's dream version of Tex, kind of his fake parody of him. We know that Dex owns Dinoco Records, so, you know, maybe it's not as big a deal as some other times we've seen license plates reused. There is a look at the other side, and finally, there is a look at the base. Genuinely an insanely nice-looking item. He's a really clean, cool, suave-looking car. I honestly think I may like this diecast better than most versions of Tex. I think he looks really, really great. And with that, I'm going to sign off for now. Thank you all so much for watching this review. Let me know what you think of this item down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoy Guest Host Week. I'll see you guys soon. But for now, I have an album to listen to. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.